Hi, I'm Annette Richmond. Thanks so much for joining me for this episode. Today, I want to connect a few dots. Now, if you've been listening, if you've been around here for a while, some of this will sound familiar, but I'm putting it together in a new way. So here's what I keep seeing. People get comfortable on camera. They do the work, they build the habit, they build the muscle, and then they go quiet. Now, it's not because the fear comes back. It's because there's no system waiting for them on the other side. So today I'm talking about two things. BOCA, Banish On Camera Anxiety, which you've probably heard me mention before, and MAP, a content structure framework that I developed based on what my clients were struggling with and what I learned while completing HubSpot's content marketing certification. So let's dive in. Banish On Camera Anxiety, or BOCA, is where everything starts. It's a 14-day practice designed to get you comfortable on camera, not by thinking about it, but by doing it. And here's how it works. Every day for 14 days, you record one video, one idea, one topic, less than 2 minutes on your phone. You don't watch them, review them, you just save them. And on day 15, you sit down and you watch all of them, oldest to newest, and you will see a change. That's the whole point. You'll notice how much more relaxed you look, how much more natural you sound. You'll stop obsessing over how you look and start focusing on the message, which is what people care about anyway. Confidence doesn't come from thinking about recording. It comes from actually recording. But here's what nobody warned you about. BOCA removes the fear, but it does not create structure. And once the fear is gone, the next question is, okay, now what do I actually talk about? And that's not a confidence issue. That's a structure problem. And that's exactly where MAP comes in. Before I get into MAP, I want to share something that stood out to me when I was going through the HubSpot training. It's that content isn't the solution. Publishing more content without organization or strategy actually makes it harder for search engines and humans to understand what you're all about. Now, Google, and for that matter, LinkedIn, has gotten a lot smarter. It's not just matching keywords anymore. It's looking for topic relationships, depth, and authority. Scattered content, even good content, can work against you. So the solution to content relationships is to create content pillars and topic clusters. Pillars are the broad topics that you want to be known for. Your clusters are the subtopics that live underneath each pillar. Each one is strong enough to stand alone, but they all connect back to the main theme. Now, when I learned this, I thought that's exactly what I've been trying to get my clients to do. I just didn't have a framework for it yet. And that's where MAP comes in. So what is MAP all about? MAP stands for Make the Commitment, Anchor to Pillars, and Produce with Purpose. Now, let me walk you through each one. Is for Make the Commitment. Content doesn't just happen by accident. This is the decision phase, where you decide your primary platform. You decide your cadence. You decide that visibility is just part of your job, not when you have time, not when you think about it. And this decision is exactly what BOCA asks of you. Build muscle, build a habit. A stands for anchor or align to pillars. This is the planning piece. Instead of wondering, what do you say every week? You define your 3 to 5 core content pillars, the topics that you want to be known for, not 27, not whatever trend is happening today. Anchor. Under each pillar, you break out subtopics, and each subtopic is a piece of content, a video, a LinkedIn post, maybe a podcast episode. You're not inventing new ideas every week. You're just rotating through your expertise. The HubSpot training puts it well. Identify broad topics that you want to develop authority in. And underneath that, topic clusters or subtopics strong enough to stand alone, but tie back to your broader topic. P is tied to purpose. This is the strategy layer. Don't just create content that demonstrates expertise, supports your business goals, and leads to conversations and builds authority over time. Not random, not reactive, aligned. Now let's talk about how this strategy works for consultants and entrepreneurs. If you're a consultant or entrepreneur, app is about visibility and authority, not volume. You already know what your pillars are. They're the questions that clients ask you again and again, the problems you solve in your sleep, the topics that come up in every discovery call. Once you name those 3 to 5 pillars, under each one you break out frequently asked questions, misconceptions you correct all the time, step-by-step processes, case examples, tools you recommend. Each of those is a piece of content, a short video, a LinkedIn post, a podcast episode. Now you're not scrambling for ideas, you're rotating through your expertise, and that's MAP. Now let's talk about corporate, how this works for teams, because this might matter even more for teams. When organizations say, we need more video, we need more content, they usually mean more activity, more posts, more something. But what they actually need is coordination. Without structure, you end up with every department posting randomly, no connection between the pieces, and a brand presence that feels scattered, even when individuals are working hard. MAP fixes that. Instead of every department posting randomly, the company identifies core authority themes. Teams contribute subtopics under those themes. Everything connects back to central resources. One piece of the training was about creating pillar pages on websites that talk briefly about the subtopics, then more detailed pages or blog posts about each subtopic that link back to a central hub. And that's the pillar page. And that's great for SEO because it helps search engines understand the depth and breadth of your expertise. But beyond search, humans understand it too. It feels intentional. It feels authoritative. It feels organized. And that's what buyers respond to. So let's bring it all together. BOCA removes fear. MAP removes chaos. BOCA builds the muscle and MAP builds the system. For consultants, sustainable visibility. For teams, scalable expertise. For both, content that compounds instead of disappearing into the feed. Now, if you're feeling stuck, ask yourself, do I have a confidence problem or a structure problem? If it's confidence, start with BOCA. 14 days, 1 video a day. Don't review them until day 15. If it's structure, build your map. Name your pillars. Organize your subtopics. Make the commitment. And if you're leading a team, this isn't optional anymore. Video isn't a side project. It's communication. And communication deserves structure. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you found this session valuable. If you did, please share it with a friend. I bet they'll thank you. And I'll see you next time.